Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 54 and a return to a series we haven't played in a while. This is Let's Try Spellforce 3 Reforced. Bong bong. We're going to get back into it a bit. I'm not sure where we left off. Well, we left off in the desert, but I'm not sure what we were supposed to do next. Usually I watch the previous episode when I'm returning to a game, but I did not do that this time. We're just going to load up here episode 53.
The Field Dog.
And hope for the best.
What may sound like a myth or horror story to many is harsh reality for the 200 Iron Falcons of the canyon named Aeonir's Blade.
Indeed.
According to legend, the guardian gods fought back the Field Dog, ancient mythical demons, and sealed them in a tomb. Ever since that day, the Field Dog have tried to break free, raising hordes of the undead from the sand to do their bidding. And it is only the Iron Falcons who stand between them and their return to the world.
Interesting. Here we are.
What's next?
Maxed out graphics and everything. What's next indeed? Let's check our journal. An unexpected turn of events saved you from execution. Wait, that's main quest. Secret of the Shapers. Retrieve the Nexus Stones. You've acquired the Nexus Stone from Aeonir's Blade. Insert it into the Nexus. We have to do that. Prodigal Son. According to the Shaper map, one of them was brought to a remote island in the Black Sea. It seems you have no choice but to go there and retrieve it. Side quests. Collect the materials and bring them to Isgrim. Isgrim explained that improving his armor has always been important to him. Okay, that's the armor repairing dwarf. Remnants of the old. After showing Isgrim a piece of an old artifact, he told you about a handful of artifacts that got broken or disassembled over the decades. If you can find more of these pieces, he can put them back together, restoring them to their former glory. Alright, so what we do right now, though, is a bit of a mystery. I guess we continue exploring. How do we get off this map? Is a good question. Other locations, find materials, craft all artifact items, 1 out of 11. Travel to the Creators Guild and inquire about what? Waitley. Insert the Nexus Stone into a socket. Uncover the secret behind the blood burn. Okay, so is there a return to base? Is party management? Progress. Bestiary. Spellbook. Abilities for everybody. An inventory. We're using myself, Matthew Jahar, Rowan, Undergast, and Gore. And we may switch that up, but let's see. Is this a show overview map? Select all military units. We're done with our campaign on this map. Do we have to go back to the beginning, maybe?
As you want.
To exit the map?
Understood.
Figure this out. There's something there. It's lit up. More falcons clad in leather armor. Scouts. Yeah, we saw this ages ago. I have not played this game for quite a while.
Will do.
We've got Rowan. I was building Rowan in strength and constitution.
Here we go again, old friend. No rest for the wicked.
Visualize. I could have went right out that Godstone. All his abilities. It pauses the game.
5.
Fine. Go up here. Not sure how to exit. Godstone.
Let me know what you need.
There's our units in there, I think. Yep. Falcon Hierophant. Construction menu. What's that? Molendeer. Travel to Molendeer Nexus. Okay, here we go. Our world map. Leave Aenir's Blade. We did everything we can there. But there's more on the world map to do. I'm just not sure what. Let's go put the stone into the Nexus, I guess. The world map can be used to travel from region to region. Very cool. It's a very dope map. Okay, exclamation points. There's one in Everlight. And one in Molendeer. Let's head to Molendeer, our home base. The Secret of the Shapers. Alright, who else do we have? Who's this? If we get rid of Rowan, there's...
I'll make it quick.
Iana.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Iria.
I'll keep you shielded.
Isgrim.
Child's play.
Uram. Let's go with
Danger up ahead.
Isgrim, Undergas, and
Pathetic.
Uram. The stone doors fall shut behind you as you step through the overgrown arch, and you're met by an almost eerie silence. Yet immediately you feel a presence, a power long forgotten, waiting for someone or something to wake it from its slumber. The Nexus must be nearby. Okay, so we head to the Nexus. I think it's up here. Through here. There's a question mark there. Okay. We'll get to that. Now, first of all, let's check the character sheets. I'm at 4 strength, 4 con. Isgrim's at 7 strength, 8 con. Undergas is a magic user, 9 intelligence, 8 willpower. Urim, terrible strength. All of our characters seem to have similar stats. But Isgrim, we can't, so everybody has low strength. Except Isgrim. Well-made Windwall armor. Windwall armor. It's not going to be better than his conservative Windwall armor. Winter's Wand. He's got a Draconid axe. Yeah, but this thing here, the Claymore of Inevitability, which is awesome, requires 6 strength, 4 dex. So if I want to use that Claymore, and there's Zarok's Fang. 6 strength, 1 dex. That might be a bit of an upgrade over what he's using, but then he gets rid of his shield. Let's give him that. How do we equip it? Right click, there we go. The Draconid Axe can go to someone else. I'll use the 2-handed axe. Now myself, I'm using the Swift Naginata. I could potentially use the Draconid Axe. It would do less damage though. Less crit chance. This has a block chance. And it's based on dexterity. Now this thing, 2 more points of strength. It's an artifact. Claim more of inevitability. He doesn't have the dex for it either. Undergrass certainly isn't using it. And Urim. Mentor's heavy plate versus the revitalizing plate armor. This is probably an upgrade. Put that on him. Oh, looking good. And he's using the unerring katana, unerring spear. He's dual wielding. So, do we want him to dual wield? I guess so. We have potions and Diary of the Treasure Hunter, epic. Trying to get re-familiarized with everything, guys, so bear with me. Call of the Forest top plate, okay. Fire Golem core, reinforced adamantium slab, human infantryman cost reduction, that's already unlocked. Orcs frontier post cost reduction, scouting post for orcs cost reduction, human city center, blueprint for the keeper of zeal for humans, orcish brute cost reduction. Nice, and we use those up. And reinforced heavy shield. Aeonir's rune, Nexus stone, discolored letter, Diary of the Lighthouse Keeper. Okay, so he's good to go. He's got no rings or anything though. Urim. Do we want to maybe give him the crippling composite bow? Kargoth's axe. He doesn't have the strength for that. Guarding battle staff, that's potentially it's 2-handed. Mighty halberd. Okay, he's good with his 2 dual wielding. Iria. Rowan. I like Gore with his totems, are pretty cool. Ayana has good dexterity. She's dual wielding a swift sacrificial dagger in each hand. Matthew Tahar, myself, we have a swift Naginata 2-handed. I guess that's going to be the best. Winter wand. Unerring warhammer. Okay, we Gucci with that. And Isgrim is who we're looking to get on this, like, Archon's armaments, which takes 7 intelligence, 7 will, and 3 con. Who could possibly wear that? Undergas potentially could. Needs a con of 3, so 1 more point of constitution. He can wear the Archon's armaments, which is very nice. Looks like an artifact, yeah. Shield of Benediction. Every 3 seconds, heal allied creatures around the user by 17 health. Immune to stasis, frozen, and knockback. Who can use that? He's using now a 2-handed epic weapon. I'm just using a rare, and I don't have 10. Oh, you need 10 con to use that. Good gravy. 10 con. That would be like... Who could possibly even get close to that? Rowan, maybe. Maybe Rowan. Uram can. Yeah, Uram. Alright, so we're just getting a feel for our peeps here. Isgrim. Needs 2 more decks to be able to wield the Claymore. But anywho, I think we're pretty much done. Let's head into the...
What?
Into here. The core. And we'll place the Nexus Stone that we picked up. To this day, the Shaper's magical and technological prowess remains unrivaled. One thing is clear. None of their marvels would have been possible without an incredible amount of magical energy. According to Isgrim, this is it. The heart of the Nexus, the source of the Shaper's power.
That's the
Alright.
way.
Do we put the Nexus Stone in here?
Let's see.
Let's see what happens.
Tahar, finally! Do you have the stone?
I do. What now? How do we connect it to the Nexus?
Well, I've done a little research on that. Should be pretty straightforward. Give me the stone for a second, please.
Sure.
Thanks. Now, let's see. Whoa!
Oh.
This is amazing. What the heck just happened? Was that the stone?
Yeah. It seems like our plan worked. The stones are the power sources of the Nexus.
Not sources, Tahar. They're simply the catalysts. As I said, the energy, all this magic, it comes from someplace else.
Well, I definitely know why the Shapers were so powerful now. They were able to harness that. I wouldn't want to be their enemy.
Pain.
Pardon?
Rekindling this place. I can feel their thoughts now. At least, some of them.
You mean the Shaper's thoughts?
Those who connected themselves to this place. The ones who had the power of telepathy. They left an echo, and whatever wiped out the Shapers, it caused pain. Horrible pain.
I see.
Well, fascinating or not, we need to connect our minds to the Nexus to find the source of Bloodburn, right? Can we do that now?
No, it's not strong enough yet.
Well, we knew that already. We need to find the second stone first. Let's head to Everlight and find that archaeologist. He's our best chance of finding that island.
Alright, little cutscene action. I don't know why Iram is like set apart like that. Yeah, I don't get that. Just dismiss that. And there's a way to pause, I was told, and not, let's see, under controls. Let's see. Pause instead of slow down only. There should be a way to pause. Where could it be? Is there interface? Click and fight. Movement formation. Alright. Oh, can we add that? Let's just put this at 100%. General. I'm gonna have to look up at that comment and see what was said. I don't know where it is. Click and fight, hold Alt. See if I click him to come down here and hit Alt. Okay, it does pause it. I must have fixed that then.
What is it? Fine.
Alright, let's head back here.
Huh. Intriguing.
And see what's new in Mullendeer. And Urim is back up there, I don't know why.
Well,
Where's your abilities, sir?
Yes?
you have my attention.
No, I want those abilities up there.
If your life depends on it.
Corporal?
Maybe we should check the merchants. Let's come down here and check here, yeah?
What do we need?
Talk to her.
Beautiful, aren't they? These glyphs. Since we reignited the Nexus, they seem to have become a little brighter.
The entire knowledge of the Shapers. If only we knew how to access it.
Well, we sort of do, don't we? Iskrim knows how to read the Shaper tongue. But it would take centuries to decipher all of this. Anyway, still one stone to go. Something you want to talk about, Tahar?
Now
Corporal? Need anything?
I was just wondering how you are.
How are you holding up?
Fine, I guess. Thanks for asking. You know, Corporal, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Yes?
Well, not knowing your mother and all that shit your father put you through. Do you ever feel lost?
Why do you, I do.
Yes, I do.
I figured. You know, I haven't told you that yet, but actually our pasts aren't so different. Save for the fact that my father didn't try to conquer the world, at least not that I know.
How are our pasts alike then?
Simply put, I also didn't know my mother. And my father was a bastard if there ever was one.
What happened to your mother?
What happened to your mother?
She died giving birth to me.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. As I said, I never knew her.
You and your father aren't on good terms, then?
I take it you and your father aren't on good terms then.
You are of great wisdom, Tahar. No, we were not. I was and still am the only heir of the family. And if there's anything my father ever cared about, it was prestige. You see, it might not be obvious, but I'm actually of noble blood. Pure blood, as Finn and Mir elves call it. Nothing impressive, small nobility. You know, similar to the kind of Nortander nobility that's always around at royal festivities. licking everyone's boots so that they just don't forget about them.
The elves have nobility?
There's nobility in Finn and Mir?
Oh, yes, there is. They don't call it that, but essentially Finn and Mir is an aristocracy.
How so?
Well, as you might know, elven culture heavily revolves around the White Tree, a gift from their goddess Ellen. Simply put, the tree is revered and guarded by a group of mages, of seers, called the Council. They're the rulers of our country, 6 women and 6 men. Now, according to the ancient lore, when a seer dies, his or her successor is chosen by the Council. However, it has become custom that a seer should be replaced by someone from his bloodline. Someone pure, as they call it.
Which means they make sure that the power stays within the right families.
Indeed. And even though elven families in themselves are small, if you count all the cousins, aunts, and uncles, the members of just one council family could populate a whole township. In other words, the closer your blood ties with the council, the closer you are to the White Tree. And thus, the higher your standing.
So I assume your father put you under a lot of pressure.
So I assume your father put you under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I barely had a childhood. It was all stern-faced teachers instead, trying to feed me language, history, math, and magic from the day I could speak. And I can't even remember all those festivities and religious ceremonies I had to attend. It was as if I learned the meaning of the word small talk before I learned how to ask for my mother's teat. Not that she would have been around to listen.
How about friends?
How about friends?
Oh, that's another topic. I was allowed to go out and play as long as it was with the right people. Still, I didn't, which was my choice, really. One of the few I made in those years. I preferred to stay on my own.
How come?
I don't know. See, I've always felt a bit ahead of others. As you know, we think in other dimensions than you do. Our lives are a lot longer. What that means is that an elf who has seen 20 winters is still considered and looks like a child. Thus behaves as such. I just never felt at home with most people, especially around my age. And that feeling never changed.
What was your father hoping to gain from this?
What was your father hoping to gain from this?
Isn't it obvious? He wanted to marry me off, and thus expand our petty little family's prestige.
If he simply wanted to arrange a marriage for you, then why teach you magic, maths? When these things happen in Northander, it's usually more about, how shall I put it?
The looks?
And the ancestry, yes.
Well, these things play a big role in Finn and Mir too, but to be considered a good match, education and magical talent are just as important. For a priest, let alone a pure blood, to be seen with an uneducated, non-gifted street elf is frowned upon, not to say forbidden. Also, from what I've learned, it's mostly young women and girls who get married off in Northander, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, this isn't the case in Finn and Mir. If the head of a family decides to do so, a young boy or a young man may have the same fate as the one I just escaped by a hair's breadth. But this is a topic you could fill books with. Probably not for now.
But it never came to that.
But it never came to that?
Almost.
I see. Where is your father now?
Dead as a doornail. He got assassinated some years before I was allowed into the priesthood.
Assassinated?
Assassinated? What happened?
He got mistaken for someone else. But it doesn't really matter. Let's not talk about it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. To be honest, I'm glad he's dead. Otherwise, I would be in bed next to some 200-year-old seer now. You see, Tahar, if there's one thing I took away from all that, it's that there's no greater power in life. Or, if there is, it doesn't care. Murderers live to be 100, children die in the birth beds. Ultimately, the biggest fallacy is that we like to believe that there's someone who gives a damn. We're on our own, and we have to make the best out of whatever life throws at us. I did. And even though not all worked out as I had planned, I'm here. And I'm free.
But you still feel lost sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But I'm working on it. Anyway, we digressed quite a bit, didn't we? Sorry, my fault. Sometimes I just talk too much. I'll see you around, Tahar. And thanks for listening.
Your hero party has reached a new level.
Let's see.
Exciting, isn't it? All that energy. The Shapers must have been gods.
True. It's intriguing.
That's one word for it. Tahar, I need to say this. I'm glad the Harbinger sent you. You've made a dream of mine come true. More than one, to be honest. But anyway, we still need that second stone. Is there something you wish to discuss? Tahar, may I help you with something?
I'd still like to know more about how you ended up in Nortender.
Bugger and blast. And here I was hoping you'd forgotten. Alright, I'll tell you. But only under one condition.
Yes?
That I get to ask you a personal question too.
Deal.
Then we have a deal. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Fair enough. I was born in the Windwall Mountains. Sorry, still sorting out my thoughts. It's been a long time since I last told this story to anyone. Alright, one more time. As you can imagine, I was born in Windwall, a child of the rocks.
Come again?
A true dwarf, as some would say. Born in the buried city, not on the outside as the traders and farmers are. My family was quite privileged. Not nobility, but my mother and father led a big smeltery which supplied one of the finest smithies. Moon silver weaponry. Ever heard of it?
I think so. The commanders of the Royal Army use them.
Figures. Well, my childhood was a rather unremarkable one. I had 2 brothers and a sister, and even though I was the oldest child, I was always the most quiet one. I learned quickly how to wield an axe, and I still know how to do it, but I never took pleasure in it. The same goes for my parents' craft. For some reason, Nihalf had given me a talent for metallurgy, but not the desire to use it. Instead, my biggest love was always made with ink. Books.
But I assume your parents didn't approve of that.
Oh no, they didn't mind. I had 3 siblings who could do the job as well as I, so the future of our family was secured. On the contrary, they were quite accepting, which wasn't usual amongst dwarves, especially not those in Windwall.
Dwarves are traditionalists, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. They love their brawls, they love their ale, and they love their metal crafting. And they never miss a chance to tell the outside world just how much they do.
Well, to be honest, when I think of dwarven culture, that's exactly what comes to my mind.
See? And that's the problem. There's always diversity in every race. There are soft-hearted orcs, there are elves who don't give a damn about the white tree, and there are humans with... well, you get the point. What I'm trying to say is, many dwarves love living these traditions, but there are some like me who just don't fit in.
Right.
This is one of the reasons why I appreciate you and this group so much, Tahar. Aenir's tools or not, we're all pariahs, in one way or another.
Okay.
Are the surface dwarfs different?
Depends. There are some who are very open-minded. For example, the traders who get around a lot. On the other hand, there are some who are as ignorant as the Windwallers.
So, what happened? Why did you leave Windwall?
I'm getting there, Tahar. When I came of age, I found work in the Windwall Library. That time was also when I deepened my knowledge of the Shapers. I devoured all the books there were, and bought whatever writings the merchants brought in. They smiled at me, talked of me as the strange bird, but I didn't care. The more I read, the more spellbound I became, and the more I dreamed of journeying through Io to solve all those mysteries not yet uncovered.
Are there Shaper ruins in the Windwall Mountains?
Hardly. And those that are there are buried beneath miles and miles of rock. Impossible to access without a huge expedition.
And what kept you from doing just that?
Well, 2 things. First of all, my attachment to my family. Secondly, Gilak.
Gilead?
My, partner.
You had a partner?
Yeah, we met... I'd rather not go into detail too much. Fact is, we lived together for 6 years. He was very dear to me. Let's put it that way.
Aww.
What are dwarven families like?
Similar to their human counterparts, I believe. Having family and offspring is considered to be very important, especially if you're of noble blood.
But living with someone of the same sex is acceptable?
Well, yes and no. If you do, you don't talk about it, and you should make sure to find yourself a wife or a husband to found a proper family, eventually, and bring new children of stone into the world. even if that family is just a charade. If you don't do that, you're frowned upon. There's even a word for a childless dwarf, man or woman. Galrag, which roughly translates as dusty boulder. Very amusing, I know.
That's sad.
Well, I doubt it's going to change anytime soon. And once again, the Shapers were different in that regard. As long as you stay within the boundaries of your caste, you could do as you pleased.
I understand. But something happened, didn't it?
Yeah. The Blackstone Rebellion. Ever heard of it?
No.
A coup. A small group of rebels tried to overthrow the royal house. It was bound to fail from the beginning. The rebels were anti-traditionalist and wanted to establish a new order, where it's the people who have the power, not the nobility. Gilak was one of these rebels.
Oh.
Yeah. At first, before the coup, they tried to raise awareness by giving underground speeches. A noble endeavor, but not at all thought through. Most dwarves just don't care about politics as long as they can have their mugs of ale. First, he didn't ask me to participate, but the more sour things went, the more he started pushing me. At one point, we had a fight, when he asked me to steal money from my family to support the movement.
Oh.
It was terrible. Finally, push came to shove, and he told me of the coup. He knew that despite my occupation, I was a remarkable fighter and Earthshaper, which is why he asked me to fight alongside him. You can make a difference, that's what he said. By Nihalf, he was just so naive. He really thought it would be like in the old legends, a group of courageous dwarfs fighting their way to Algrim Castle with me at his side. I just don't... Forgive me. It's strange to talk about it like this. You can imagine how torn I was. I knew he'd die if the coup took place, but I also knew that I couldn't stop him. When I told him he was mad, he called me a coward, a delusional bookworm, who'd rather spend his whole life dreaming about the past and changing the present. And he left. The next day, I found him beheaded by a royal guard.
Ouch.
They didn't even make it to the castle stairs.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Iskrin.
It's all right.
Why didn't you tell the guard about the movement's plans? They could have stopped him.
Yeah, they could have. Only to execute him and all his friends the next morrow. Tahar, believe me, I thought about this quite a lot. About what I could or should have done. And do you want to know the saddest part of it?
What?
I came to the conclusion that I did nothing wrong. He had his mind set, and nothing I could have said would have changed what had been about to happen. In the end, there's only so much you can do.
Right.
What happened then?
I ran. Not only because I'd rather have died than returned to that empty house of ours, but also because they would have arrested me too. Our relationship wasn't a secret, and in their eyes, I was as eccentric as Gilak and his friends. And we all know how dangerous eccentrics are, don't we? I left my family a letter, telling them not to come after me, bought a horse, and rode as far as it would take me before collapsing. That was 9 years ago. I haven't returned ever since.
What about your family? Did you ever hear from them again?
Not directly. Every now and then, I return to a big city to find a dwarf who can tell me about Windwall. But the thought of returning, I don't know. I know it's cruel toward them, but I just don't think I could ever bear setting foot in those cursed stone halls again.
I see. And since then, you've been studying the Shapers?
Yeah. If there really is, as people say, a silver lining to everything, then this would be it. I'm finally doing what I was too afraid to do back in Windwall. I'm living my dream. Though the price I paid for it was high. And you know what, Tahar?
What?
There's a third reason to my fascination with the Shapers I haven't told you about yet. It's Gilak. Stupid as it may sound, there's a part of me who wants to prove him wrong. To show him that the past has value, that it can guide us towards a better world.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing this, Iskrim. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It felt good to talk about it. I didn't expect that. But you're not off the hook yet. The question, remember?
Right. Shoot.
Your past is even more unusual than mine. Growing up with a man like Isamu Tahar as your father? Without a mother? And then the whole thing with the Mage Rebellion? I know you've been through a lot. Now, I was wondering, if you could trade that past you've had for a different one, would you do it?
No.
I wouldn't.
That surprises me, to be honest. But I think I understand. Either way, pleasure speaking with you. Hope this wasn't too grim for you, but then again, you asked for it. Give me some time now, will you?
Sure. Take care, Iskrim.
Iskrim now has access to a new skill. Bastion?
Huh?
Alright, how do we check out his skills? Follow. Where's the traditional boxes? Show overview map, right click. Party management, there we go. Okay, Isgrim. Abilities. Is it listed here? He has a point to spend. Everybody leveled up. Head splitter. In his room. And we have a point to put anywhere. Windwall's Wrath, was that it? Bastion, there it is. Temporarily encase yourself in stone and become invulnerable. Apply invulnerability to cast it for 20 seconds. I can put a point there. That's interesting. We have attribute points as well. Everybody leveled up. Now with his attributes, that's why I was using a shield, because he has shield abilities. Permanently increase your max focus. Head splitter. Earth rune. Earth shaping resistance. Then he has discipline. Increase maximum health. Taunt. I don't know if he has taunt. He has shield bash though. Feint. Sword and board. As long as you're using a shield, increase your block chance, piercing resist, and attack damage. So we'd have to kind of reset him a little bit. He also has elementalism. Interesting. He's gone the fire route mostly. It's Isgrim. Alright, so. And I have leadership, black magic, elementalism, and brutality. Everybody has a point, but I don't want to do that stuff just yet. Let's come over here and check out the other exclamation points. And see what's what. This will be a chatty episode, getting back into things. Let's quick save. Oh, F5 does that. What is quick save? G or Q? No, I don't know.
Huh? Tahar, what is it?
What happened after I left the rebellion?
There's one thing I've been wondering about. After we parted at the hideout, what exactly happened? How did you and my father part ways?
Good question. I guess it all started with the relics, the tomes. You remember them, right?
Yes. He was hoping they'd help him to win the war.
Exactly. And there was this one moment when he found the 5th tome. When I came to a realization. You see, there were all those bodies. Enemies, but also many of our people. We had shed so much blood, Tahar. But Asamo, he didn't care. If there was any grief in his eyes, I couldn't see it. And as dramatic as it may sound, that's when I finally understood that we had lost our cause. This wasn't about ideals, about us mages anymore. It was about him. Whatever his intentions had become.
And that's the reason Zane, Helena, and I betrayed him. Come on, do you really want to tell us you didn't see that before? The tomes were all about power.
I knew it was about power. But Asamo always told us that he would use that power for the greater good. And it's not that far off. I mean, can't you imagine? With the power of the tomes, we could have united the world. Even made it a better one. No more persecution of the deviant. No more wars. No more suffering.
Maybe, but my father was a murderer.
Maybe. But my father certainly wasn't the one who should lead it.
Maybe not.
That's it. Huh. There's a merchant walking around here. Maybe talk to him. Want to buy some better equipment for the wayfarers?
I want to buy some better equipment for the wayfarers.
Music to my ears. What did he have in mind?
Human Keeper. Helmet of the Tentacle. Plus 50 health. We have 24,000. Wow. Mentor Splint Armor. Reinforced Plate. All basic stuff. Plate Helmet of Focus. Let's see who else can benefit from this. If anyone, Undergast can actually wear something. Then we have Urim. He's got the Mentor's Heavy Plate already. What about helmets though? Plate Helmet of Focus. 50 health, 5 focus, heavy helmet of self-awareness. He needs 9 constitution though. Then we've got Rowan. He's probably got the best that he can use. Nasal helmet of focus. Gore. We're using the ability cooldowns. Helmet wise, he's just got a nasal helmet of focus. Iana has the best for her. Myself, I'm Gucci. I'm immune to interruption, silence, purge, and knockback. Maybe we can sell some of this stuff like the light shield. Mentor's light shield. Mentor's heavy shield. We'll hang on to that. Archon's armament. Mighty halberd. 2 guarding battle staves. Mighty great axe. I want to still hang on to some of this stuff just to see. Swift cleaver. Crippling composite bow. Draconid axe. Yeah, I don't know too much to sell. White hood of focus. Black hood of focus. Kettle hat of focus. Plate helmet of focus. Revitalizing plate helmet. Wind wall armor. Going to be used by Iskrim. He's not utilizing that right now. Gore's armor. Hoplite's Pride. That's pretty nasty, but you need 9 con to use it. Helmet of self-awareness, you need 9 con as well. This one con 7. Ayana's armor, Iria's armor, Rohan Tahir's armor. Well-made wind wall armor can only be used by Isgrim. Mentor's split armor, we can sell that. Reinforced scale. Mentor's plate. Reinforced medium plate. And we'll save this heavy stuff. Then all these potions we have to go through. Ring of Reanimation. Power multiplier for Summon Devourer. Lavender Perfume. It's an artifact for some reason. Potion of Proficiency. Vortex Flask. Pulls our targets toward the target position. 10 Flaming Flasks. 539 fire damage to enemies in the area. Fresh Start. Reset all attribute and ability points. We have 8 of those. Nullifying Flasks. Apply Silence. I don't know about this reading material. Lavender Scented Leather. Focus Potion. Flaming Flask. Okay, I guess that's good for now. We got rid of a little bit of stuff. Robust Crossbow. We have 4 of them. Blood Spiller. Okay, that's good. So 5k. Wait, he's not gonna... It says, Trader does not have enough gold. You can still strike the bargain, but you'll sell your wares at a loss. We still basically got 5,000. Yeah, took all his gold. He had exactly 5088. Pretty wild. Humans medic cost reduction, keeper cost reduction, human scout, human catapult cost reduction. Mentor's leather jacket. Let's just see one last time here. Alright, let's do this. We're done here. There's more question marks, or exclamation points, I should say, up this way. But let's go to Urim. Click his level up button. Now, if he goes Constitution 9. Wait, let's save. I'm not sure how to quick save, if there is a save. New save. YouTube 54A. Bong bongs. Alright. Urim get 9 Constitution, apply, and now he can wield the Reinforced Plate Mail. What does this take? Oh, Intelligence 7. Willpower 7. Shield of Benediction takes con of 10. But he can wield the Reinforced Plate Armor. And the Hoplite's Pride. Nice. Strength Dex Con. Might as well give him a Vortex Flask. Oh wait, no. Apply Armored. I didn't mean to cast it. Vortex Flask. Poison Mushroom. We have a bunch of stuff. We might be able to make another artifact. But he got a nice upgrade. Now he just needs 3 more strength. And he'll be able to wield the Claymore. What about the Draconid Axe instead of the Unerring Katana? Leech 15% of inflicted damage. After a critical hit, apply Weaken for 5 seconds. Versus Unerring Katana deals strike and pierce damage. Increase critical hit chance. Let's give him the Draconid Axe in his main hand. Can he not use it? Oh, strength 5. He can't use it. Okay. Alright, so his points are good. We'll give him 10 constitution. Skull Knight's skull helmet is pretty good. Constitution 7. Willpower 7, intelligence 7. Oh, he's almost there for the where is it? Arshan's armament. Oh, it does have it. Versus the Black and High Mage's Robe of the Abyss. We'll give Gore this 5 focus, 0.25 focus per second. Black and High Mage's Robe of the Abyss. That just gives him more armor. Got a flaming wand. We sort that. Or strength 6, dex 4, Ayana. Myself, I've got the Swift Naginata. Working towards this. It takes 6 strength, so another point of strength. And we should be able to wield it. What I'm using does more damage though. 1% less crit chance, 2% less block chance, and critical hits apply enfeebled. But if the target is big, attack damage goes up 100% and increased attack speed. Draconid Axe. So I don't know if we're going to level up just yet. He's got the Zarak's Fang. Two-handed. Conservative Windwall armor. Well-made Windwall armor. Undergast. And Urim again. Oh, we can use the Shield of Benediction. Immune to knockback, stasis, frozen. Every 3 seconds, heal all allied creatures around by 17 health. Nice. Check him out. With the Unerring Katana. That was another thing that needed 10 constitution. Very good. Alright, that's it for inventory management for now, but let's see the buttons. Buttons. Who's got the buttons? Is there a quick save button somewhere? Quick save is F5 plus control. Oh, okay. Control F5. There we go. How long have we been playing? 58 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. We'll check out these other 2 exclamation points next time. And then we'll head out for adventure. Maybe try to craft another legendary weapon at the table, wherever that is. But just getting my feet wet again a little bit, checking this out. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a bit before we really get back into the swing of things, but I think I'm gonna play this a bit more, check it out, have some fun with it. So I hope you guys will join me. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. And a quick reminder, guys, you can become a member. That would be awesome and a huge help for my channel. Shout out to my 3 members. My 3 members actually let me, with their combined funds, buy an indie game each month. So I appreciate them oh so much. Thank you guys for that. And hopefully I can send the love right back at you, to all my members and everybody watching this. So I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. Stay tuned, guys. More RPG gameplay to come. Ciao for now.